Yeah.
Yo, what up, man? It's in the booth. It's your boy Messenja.
It's Canton Jones.
Ramona Jones.
And Brother Mike.
Brother Mike is in the building.
Everything came together in the
bro, man.
Yeah, like brother.
Yeah.
Miguel.
Got a resume longer than the
Yes,
got something for the king, something for the queen. And we got a winning team, about to do the thing. Yeah, man, got a good show.
You know what it is when we in the booth.
Yeah.
Speaking to the hoes, speaking to the youth.
Yeah.
And no matter what, we gon' tell the truth. See time harvest, you gon' see the fruit. Put the king tag, gotta pull it for the rules. Get the pizza, get the bag, gotta get the loot.
You knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Let's go now. Yeah. Welcome to In the Booth with Canton Jones and Messenja. Please like, share, and subscribe to the show on Facebook, YouTube, and all podcast platforms, including Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, and if you would like to sponsor or advertise with the show, hit us up at intheboothpod@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? You want to advertise your company, you want to advertise an album, you want to advertise a book, you want to advertise anything. You know what I'm saying? You want to advertise your clothing brand. You know what I'm saying? You want to rock, you know. I got my Sunshine Band colors on today.
Yeah, Sunshine.
I got my Sunshine Band colors on today.
Sunshine Band.
The church
I don't know the song.
We do the best that we can to
It's me
help
and
our
you
fellow man. And when we try each day to help in some other way, because we are the Sunshine Band.
That's a national
Anthem.
Sunshine Band anthem.
That's the
Yeah.
anthem.
Anthem.
That's like singing the Star Spangled Banner. In
Is
church.
it?
We need some type
okay.
of free life banner.
We are free life.
Free life.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
So we got going on today.
First of all, man, we got somebody in the building, man. We're on this ATL family
Bruh
tour.
Mike.
We got Bruh Mike
Brother
in
Miguel.
the building.
Brother Miguel.
Yes, sir. Steve.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. What's up,
How's
man?
everybody doing?
We're doing awesome.
So,
All
bro,
right.
you
I was
are-
trying to learn. Like, I'm stuck here. So we there.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah,
looking
We
at
can
that.
talk freely. It
You talking
doesn't
about-
matter.
talk freely,
You
yeah.
can look.
Find you.
He trying to.
We'll find you. Yeah, we got like 10 cameras in here. You don't know where to
That's
look.
funny.
Yeah, just talk. He's out trying to find himself. Yeah, just talk. Yeah,
Yeah, just talk
we'll get you. Yeah.
You are you rapper, pastor, pastor.
Yes.
Yep.
You are also working in the legal system. Talk about that too.
So, with Department of Juvenile Justice, and I work with incarcerated youths.
Youth.
Yeah. Incarcerated youths, age 8 to age 21.
All right.
Oh wow. What do you do with them?
So they locked up. They incarcerated. They in jail. I started out as a officer. I was a CO, JCO, juvenile correctional officer. Moved my way up through the ranks, sergeant, lieutenant, and then I went to training. So I started training staff to train them CPR, mental health, trauma type situations, which is called in-service, and also I was teaching them how to defend themselves. So
Awesome. So how did you get started with that? Is it something you always wanted to do, or
not something I always wanted to do. Never thought I would do it. I was incarcerated as a youth myself. I went in at 16 on robbery. Did 3 years, came home, but a part of that was me going through the juvenile system. So it was always in me to be connected, especially when I gave my life to Christ. When I came home, I wanted to share that life, impacting the youth and stuff like that. So I started working at a group home back in 2016, 2017, and it was there when I realized I wanted to work with at-risk youth, just being in that atmosphere. So I said I was either going to be DJJ, which was incarcerated youth, or DFACS, which is youth that just don't, they have been given up to the state, but they have behavior issues, at-risk, youth, because I could see myself in a lot of the kids. So I wanted to be around in that space with them. So I went the security route DJ J.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What are
Praise
you
God.
doing now?
So now I got a new position. I'm an audio video production specialist. It's like I'm fulfilling two passions in one. Get to work with the youth, and I'm also working with them concerning music. I'm in the education department now, so I'm an actual vocational teacher.
Yeah.
So, and we got a program we're gonna be doing, and once they complete the program, they'll be getting a certificate from Technical College.
Wow.
Atlanta Tech for those up this way, and Central Jersey Tech for those in other areas. So we connect them with. So I would be like a dual enrollment type situation.
And y'all, he's a dope MC.
Yeah.
Dope.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My next project he will be featured on. So
Yeah.
y'all welcome to the stage one more time.
Yeah.
Bro,
yeah.
Mike.
Brother Miguel.
And he's been doing it for a minute too. I
Yeah.
met him.
Yeah.
How long?
Man, you about close to 18 years ago in Macon.
Making on the
wrong
side of the church.
town with
Yeah.
wrong color on.
Oh, okay. All right.
I ain't no.
No, Macon is gang affiliated to the third degree.
Yeah. What I had on?
He had on like, I think he had on like all red in the blue neighborhood.
Oh.
Oh,
He had on
man.
a red bubble, like a bubble jacket.
Oh, yeah,
man.
yeah,
Bubble
yeah.
vest.
Oh, yeah. But
What you
God
doing?
cover
A
you,
gospel
boy.
concert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was-
Yeah.
yeah. It was
You still y'all was rapping
Yeah. Nah, it was just me.
by yourself rapping?
Yeah. But I ain't on
concert,
nothing. I
they
ain't.
invited down.
Yeah. It was on the side outside, right?
Right, it was outside the church.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Bloomfield.
yeah.
So what you had to
It was
you
in
do to
Bloomfield.
save him? What you do? You just told him
Oh no, he just got spared.
to. Oh, he got spared. Okay, well that's
He
good.
got
Especially just rapping about Jesus.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. God will keep you.
Yeah.
He's a keeper.
Oh, did you quicken right there?
Quick right there.
Hey, he's a keeper. That's a quickie, boy.
Praise God. Praise God.
Yeah, man.
All right. What we got today, brothers?
Man, we got the post
And
of the day.
sister?
We got a little something on Facebook, and Twitter world went viral. Just a little something, just to see where you what you would like in your house, in your home. Which
All right,
of the
so
9 you get to
those are
pick
those,
3?
For those of you who can't see what's happening,
Okay.
we have 9 pictures up of what rooms you can pick for your house, your
You
dream
can pick
home.
3.
You can pick 3 of them. So you have number 1, which is a game room. Of course, you got your Nintendo setup, your pool table, all that stuff. So number 2 is the gym. If you want to work out at home, it's fully furnished gym. Then number 3, you have the indoor pool, which is amazing just saying that. Indoor pool. Number 4, you have a full court basketball court, full outside basketball court. Number 5, we have a studio. I already know what you guys are going to be picking. So this is a music studio. Looks like some film in there as well. Number 6, we have a jacuzzi.
Jacuzzi, yeah.
A jacuzzi. And number 7, we have a pool and bar. So you got your indoor pool, and then you got your outdoor pool with a bar.
Was a pool table. They had a pool like a pool house.
Oh, pool and bar. Got it. Got it.
And a bar
Got it.
situation.
All right, so that's number 7. And then number 8 is a slide into a ball pit. So imagine Chuck E. Cheese inside your house with a huge ball pit. And then the last one is number 9, a movie theater. So if you can only pick 3, which 3?
We'll let the ladies go first.
Ladies, it's just me.
Yeah, we'll
okay,
let
so of course, all of this by yourself is, lame. So I wouldn't just pick all that for me. You know what I'm saying? So I would pick definitely the indoor pool.
Okay.
I would like that for myself. You can swim year round. And because I am in a house full of musicians and producers, I definitely have to do the studio. And myself, I would love to have a studio at home. And then the third one, you wouldn't guess. I would think to pick the ball pit. I would love that. I would slide down that slide into a ball pit for them and for me, but I would do that every day.
Yeah.
Every single day.
I'm going to have to definitely go with the studio, and then I'm going to have to do the movie theater.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We watch, movies as a family. Me and my wife like to watch movies as a couple. So I'm going to have to go movie theater, studio, and probably the gym.
Okay.
So I ain't got to go nowhere. I could just work out at the house. Yeah. And that'd make it easy, too. Because sometimes I feel like getting up, putting on clothes, hey, I could just go right there to the gym.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, Mr. Jones, what you got? I know what's your number one.
Basketball, court, and pool.
No studio?
I mean, studio, basketball, court, and pool.
Which one?
Pool and
oh,
bar?
the indoor pool. Okay.
The pool, yeah.
The indoor pool. Okay. What you got, bro, Mike?
No, not the pool table.
Yeah, the indoor pool.
Yeah.
I'm going with studio. I'm gonna go with the pool and bar.
Okay.
And the movie theater.
Yeah.
All of which I could turn into a gym.
He said he can turn all that into a gym.
Yeah, wait.
Like I'm gonna make 4 out of this.
All right.
I'm gonna pick 3, but I'm gonna have 4.
Right. That's smart.
Yeah, that's how you do it. But yeah, man. Hey, man, put your 3 in the comments section down there, and see what 3 would you like to add on to your apartment or your house.
Your apartment.
Yeah, or your
townhome.
Yeah,
right.
The townhome.
Yeah, townhome. Yeah, wherever you stay. Yeah, some people might stay in an apartment, man. Put a gym out back. Put an indoor pool in an apartment.
A movie theater in an apartment.
A movie theater.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't waste
your whole apartment is a
movie theater.
Got 3 rooms. Yeah.
Like, my
you ain't got no kitchen.
I'm taking this movie theater with me.
Right.
Yeah,
I know, right?
The whole room.
Yeah, look, they gotta go. Yeah. I ain't come in with this.
With a room.
It was not here. Yeah, I picked these 3. He going with me.
Yeah, he going with me.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right, man. We got another video today of Tyrese. I don't know which podcast this is, but Tyrese is on a podcast giving some insight on, his background, which is a very familiar background for a lot of people, and just his growth and how to basically just deal with what he went through or how he came up. All right, so we're just gonna check out this video, then we're gonna expound on it.
How can you naturally know how to be something you were never raised by?
Sure.
What is a father?
I say it all the time.
I never had one.
Say it all the time.
What's a husband?
We learn it on the fly.
I was not in a household with an example of what a husband and a marital dynamic is. So, nigga, when you get married, you're winging it.
You learn it on the fly.
What is your blueprint? Yeah. What is your point of reference?
You don't have one. You don't have one.
What do I do with this money?
How did you figure that out, though? How did you figure that out, though? Because you eventually. Okay.
You learned it on the fly.
I figured it out on the fly. The only thing I was committed to doing was not doing what I did my whole life.
Yeah. So it's basically showing the importance of the family structure.
Yep.
Not that it can't be done. It's just it's a lot harder if you don't have an example.
He said he winging it.
You're winging it on the fly.
I come from a blessed line of my granddaddy. He had a wife. My dad's mom passed when he was 11, so he remarried. So when I was born, he had a wife. My mom and dad, they were married, and so my uncles, everybody were married around me. I understood marriage. I think maybe one divorce out of all of that, maybe one I saw that was kind of close to me, but I didn't see divorce a lot. You remember, Thomas Temple, boy, them folk stayed together forever,
kids,
boy. They together in heaven right now, still married, still sending
15 kids. But they were fruitful and multiplying.
It was different. Thank God, and I tell my kids that even on Ramona's side, her mom and dad still together. So my kids are blessed enough to see
marriages,
mom and dad on both sides. And so because if you don't see, and then you still gotta make your way through it, because it's still different for you and each person. You gotta kind of walk your way through that. And so that you're right, you wing it, man. You don't know. I remember, man, we was just talking last week. She didn't realize when we started living together. I started living with Mona after I got into a fight with one of my roommates
and never left.
And she was just like, "You need to come home with me now." And 25 years later, I'm still there.
Yeah.
Still there.
I just realized, you never went home.
You were just
you never left.
all of you here for the whole fight. We got 4 kids because of a fight.
Because of a fight. And it's like, but I realized I was grateful that a girl was willing to take care of me at that level, and not necessarily was they're trying to get something from me.
Right.
And so I was like, and so we winging it. My mom and dad didn't want us to shack.
Mm-hmm.
You know how the old school shacking. Didn't want us to live together out of wedlock. We chose to. We had our ups and downs, but we figured it out. Yeah. And you figure it out.
And we're not condoning that at all.
Yeah.
Because we hit a lot of road bumps that we didn't necessarily have to hit because we did it that way. But yeah, we were winging it. We were doing it on the fly.
Just figured it out. You just
figured it out.
Yeah.
And we realized that we had to make our own government, our own, our own situation. Like other relationships ain't gonna be the one that we in, and you just make it happen. Yeah. So I feel what he's saying.
I think about like LeBron, right? I was gonna say he didn't grow up with a dad, and he had to figure it out.
He had to figure it out, and he's great. And
he's a great dad, a great husband. Because
I think his convictions of what he didn't have is curving him,
strengthening
to be
to what he,
because he said, like, if my son, I think Bronny's first basketball game was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, last week.
And he said, well, if I have to play, and my son is playing his first game, I'm gonna miss my game. Yeah. Like y'all already don't even ask me. Yeah. I'm gonna miss my game because I gotta see him play his first game, and so and when he does stuff like that, he sets a standard for other black men, really Americans, athletes, people who have high-paying jobs, to prioritize themselves when it comes to family. Because a lot of times, when it comes to your profession, the excuse to your child is, well, daddy got to go to work.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that's a big thing. So but there is no one way to do this. You just got to figure it out for yourself, you and your lady. Or your man.
Yeah, I think God in his design and creation was to create the best environment possible for a child. In creating a man and a woman, it wasn't like a crapshoot or just trying to figure something out. Like, no, what I'm creating is going to need this and that to flourish, and for him to, like I said, he said he didn't have a father. Didn't have no marriage there, so it's when you have a family, you have a marriage. It's like, okay, how much trial and error do I have to go through to get this thing on track? Because I don't have all I got is TV. Yep. And TV don't show you what marriage really is. TV don't show you,
and music doesn't either.
Yeah, we see George and Weezy, but. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It just
we gotta go back that far.
Yeah, huh? we see clips.
That's a little young for you, Mark. Like George and Weezy.
I seen the reruns.
Yeah,
I seen the reruns.
I seen the reruns.
Claire,
I was on Martin. I grew up on Martin.
Yeah, even Martin. They were Shaqy.
They were Shaqy.
Cosby Show. You didn't watch Cosby Show. That's before you too.
Living Single.
Martin.
Man, you missed Cosby Show.
Living Color. All that.
Oh man, you missed Cosby Show.
Yeah, but they stopped. But
I seen the reruns.
As it got into the.
You see it where it went, living single?
They didn't show the family.
Yeah.
They didn't show the family a lot, so we had no examples.
Wow.
Bill Cosby, like that show was probably like the only
that was it.
Example. And I like what even what George Jefferson was saying, well, man, we're always shown in a struggling light. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to have 7 cleaning stores because doggone back in the family stores in good times, James was always
looking
trying
for
to find a job.
Had 2 or 3 jobs.
They done fired me again.
Yeah, hey, but watch this though. This is a clip of Esther Roll saying what she told them before starting the show. This is what she said.
I introduced a black father to this country. There never had been one in the whole of the country. And I risked my job by saying I won't do it unless you give me a husband for my children.
Oh, wow. So the initial...
the initial pilot, she was supposed to be a single mom.
Wow.
And she said, I risked everything to say, no, you're going to give my children in this store, in this show, a dad. And that's how James Evans came into play.
Even
but
though
that
he didn't
was
have a
huge
job, but at
because
least
that was huge because that was the first one.
Wow. I didn't know that. And he was the Probably, the only one back.
That was the first one.
And you did they have single parent? I know they had. That's My Mama. She was single.
Yeah. Fred
What's
Sanford.
Happening? She was single.
Fred was single.
Fred was single.
Raising Lamont.
His wife had died.
And she was like, "Nah, no more. I'm going to have a husband."
Wow.
You have to show us with a functional family, even if we struggle. I'd rather struggle with a man, you know what I'm saying, and be a woman and have a man in the house with these kids. And I think that changed.
America,
that changed a lot.
I hear an ice cream truck somewhere. Somebody got a phone on or something.
Oh Lord.
Oh, that's your phone.
Alarm.
Well, you got the ice cream truck alarms. I'm like, why in the world do I want me some
cut
ice
it off
cream?
because I don't know
Oh,
if
it
it's
won't
gonna go
stop?
off on its own.
Go ahead, bro. You can go get it, bro.
Yeah, go.
It's an ice cream truck.
Inside the building, it's just going on.
Man, I feel like I want me a chocolate eclair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's huge. But that goes to show you the importance of just the father figure being there and how big that is.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been. You think about the family of you think about TV and black families.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides Cosby Show, they had
got
My Wife and
Blackish.
Kids.
Because
and
Bill Cosby
Blackish.
was the next level. It was like, okay, we got husband and wife, a few of them. You know, you got Jefferson, you got Good Times, but it's always, struggling. No, we're gonna show you.
Right.
We're gonna show you a doctor and a lawyer. Like, we're gonna take you to the next step and show black people we can be successful, have a functional house. Kids not gang bang. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was always. And then in the '90s, it just
Yeah.
it all fell apart. It's like.
I wanted to say, like, I'm grateful to God that although people grow up without the example that He is faithful to put the example before you, whether you wanna, whether you wanna follow that pattern or not.
Right.
I think about myself. I grew up. My dad wasn't in my life much, but God has put other fathers in my life.
Yeah.
So you can
with
see what it looks
example.
like.
Yeah.
Like even in the church space, I was a part of a church. They've been married 20 plus years, close to 30. Y'all been married
22.
over 20 years. I got another brother that I look up to in the faith. They've been married 25 years. So it's like the example is there, for us, the longevity and how it should be. So God will never leave us without something
to look at.
We're never on our own. And I don't even think He would accept an excuse of it. Like
not being able to see it,
right.
right.
Because we can't, like, it's just like me growing up without my dad in my home and saying, well, this is why I live the life I live.
Yeah.
When you got people who grow up with
And a lot of people
both of their
do.
parents gone, they still be successful, they still overcome, they still live victorious lives, and they ain't have none of that.
Right.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Then you got people with both parents and still go wayward.
Right.
So
it's still
I like the way you
driven.
I like the way you say I don't use it as an excuse.
right.
It's a guy that I ain't gonna say his name, but he's on TV and kind of in the spotlight right now and one of the Wildin' Out shows and stuff like that. But he says in an interview,
kids.
he said, "I will not commit to a woman because a man never committed to my mama."
Yeah, that's a huge excuse.
Yeah, and so it's everybody. This is just. I'm gonna tell you what it is. This is this. Well, I'm not. Committing it. Are you cool with that? All right, boom. There it is. And they move like that. But that's why I like the way you said. I'm not gonna use this as an excuse.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
To not be in my.
For instance,
And a lot of times people say that a man never committed to your mama, but it could have been your mama never committed to a man too.
Yeah,
so
something like that. Yeah.
Vice versa.
So you gotta
Yeah.
kind of see what it is.
What do you pull from people that you're looking at, as far as that structure? Like, what are the things? One of the I guess tools that you pull from a relationship that you see that I'm gonna implement this in my marriage, or something that helped me out that I saw an example of.
Well, the example I want to follow is the way, and I haven't been, I've been like, kind of like, do it, don't do it, do it, don't do it. It's one thing I'm reminded. I listened to someone preach one day, and the guy said, that God had said to him, "What did I do to you?" So he was like, "What are you talking about?" So he said, God said, "Why every time you and your wife get into it, you sin against me, or you turn from me, or you turn your back on me because of what y'all got going on?" So it's like I'm learning how to be faithful to God in every circumstance. You know, a lot of times people turn away from God, it be because things going on in life. Because God never do anything to us that would make us want to turn. He's so good that you only want to come to him because of how good he is, but there are other things in our life that could cause us to turn away. So one thing I try to get from couples is, like, it could be simple as how a man treat his wife. You know, if I know that if I see certain things out of a man, how he treat his wife, and I realize, dang, I'm not doing that, and that's something I want to do, then I'll start practicing things like that. But it's being faithful to God in that aspect, that if my wife do something that I don't like, that I stop doing it. I ain't gonna do it no more. I was doing it, and then she made me mad, and I stopped doing it. But when I stopped doing it, I'm thinking I'm doing something to her, but really, me and God's connection is off because of my heart towards her. So
that's good.
So learning just to do those things unto him, not just, you know, because if this go bad, I still got to be good this way. You know? That's good, bro.
Which will fix this.
Yes, but we'll fix this, you know, in the end.
And I think, man, as a man, I think me and my wife, who's sitting right next to me, for those of you who don't know, our relationship is different. Is you know, because I'm very, very playful. Like, my playfulness don't turn off. So she be sleep. I be mooning her, like, all kinds of stuff, bro. I be like,
hot sauce, hot sauce in the mouth.
No reason.
Why? She be punching me in the arm, and we play all day. Cause that's just me.
So
like,
be mooning her sleep.
So because more than, you know, you see guys romance a woman, but sometimes a man find a friend in somebody else.
Right.
So like I could find my romance in a woman, but then I want to go kick it with somebody else, whether it be a guy or a girl. But, you know, we ain't good on that level. I come back when I'm, you know, when I want to sit down and do the movie thing or whatever. So I learned to just find everything in her, you know. So we play, you know what I'm saying? I have fun, you know, you get farted on, everything. So
everything has to do with his butt. You see that? Why is that? Everything.
But people don't see.
Man, the booty trunk.
That's why I tell people, I say, man, I ain't never, I'm probably won't be a great man to nobody but my wife.
That's
like,
right.
I'd be a horrible husband or boyfriend to another girl. Like, it just won't work. My habits are
you be
crazy.
Giving them back to me.
She know. Yeah, she
Take him
bring
back, please.
Please. That joker start singing as soon as he got in the car about everything.
And won't stop.
It won't stop. You know, and then, you know, and so my humor is different. Everything about me is different. So I understand, but I realized, man, I found everything in one woman that I can't even. I don't want to spread out even between friends, partners. You know what I'm saying? I just found it in her. So she understands my humor. My humor
is different.
If they knew my humor, they probably wouldn't call me a pastor. Because the type of stuff I laugh at. And I try not to laugh at certain things.
It's just funny.
It's still funny. You know? So to me, even at times where I need to be really serious, something is funny in my head. And so I'm like, and then I'm like, man, don't nobody see this. And then I look at everybody like, no, I'm the only one that see this. So if I break the moment, then ain't nobody gonna get it. So I just tell Mona later. I'm like, hey, old girl dressed like an Oompa Loompa. You know what I'm saying? So shut up. So I was like,
old girl dressed like an Oompa Loompa.
When that happens, I can share with her. We laugh at a serious moment. and then I go on. I have to get it out because if I don't get it out, then I'm gonna say it on the mic.
Yeah.
So we don't want that.
But she understands that. Now other women will be like, you childish. You need to take out the trash regularly.
Yeah.
Like all my flaws, and I have a lot of them. But I just realized that, like, man, this is who I am. I can't really help it. And if I try to be somebody else, I feel like I be fake.
Yeah, and then you're gonna be in bondage.
You're gonna be in bondage.
You're gonna be in bondage trying to be somebody else. I thank God that my wife fell in love with the guy I was.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to make me
crazier than me.
Yeah. Instead of trying to make me into the guy I'm not yet or becoming. Like she fell in love with the guy. Yeah, I was, and not potential. Now I grew, since then. But
what did you grow in? Let me ask that, because I didn't grow. I mean, I grew spiritually.
You did. No, you did.
I've grown spiritually.
I've grown.
I've grown in my temper.
I've grown. Let me answer the question.
You've gotten a lot better.
At what?
At what?
You used to joan everybody and didn't care. Had no chill. None.
No.
Boy, you were horrible.
No, don't point at me. No, sir. No, sir.
This one.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, you're worse.
That's why I was like, what have you grown in?
No.
Ahead,
First of all,
go ahead.
You always start. No. Mona. No. He always start, and you'll throw the oop, and I'll throw it down.
Yeah, but you always take. Well, amen.
Thank you. Thank you. No, thank you.
And he always take it too far.
No. You always initiate the joking.
How have you grown?
No, you always initiate.
How have you grown?
I've grown spiritually. I've grown.
He said spiritually. He went straight to spiritually.
Don't take mine. I mean, I've matured, in a lot of different aspects. I've matured in, the way I handle things, in my marriage. I had to, number one, we had to figure out how to resolve arguments. That was the first thing.
Yeah.
We did.
As long as we do that, we good. Everything else is just, it just flow how it flow. Once we figured out how to argue and get through the argument without things getting ugly.
We had to have argument rules.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
You had to learn
rules
them.
of engagement.
Yeah, you had to learn them. I didn't know her pet peeves and she didn't know mine. We were just friends growing up in church, so we ain't never been mad
Yours
around
was
each other.
Leaving, wasn't it?
Huh?
Leaving.
Yeah, mine was leaving.
And that's all men.
Yeah, I'm
like, don't leave.
I want to, in the heat of the moment, I want to leave and calm down and let cooler heads prevail.
But we don't know what's happening when you go.
Like we
I'm
need
telling
to.
you what they're thinking.
I walked out the room and my wife was like, "No, you're gonna stay in this room. We're gonna deal with this now." I'm like, "No, you're upset. I'm upset. Let's just calm down and we'll come back to it." And I walked out the room and it was.
I got clawed to death.
I'm a little different because I don't been to prison before.
Oh.
Yeah.
So my mindset is always I don't want to go back.
Yeah.
So not my relationship now, but the prior relationship. Arguing. I want to walk away. You want to follow me doing that? I got to get out of it. Because I feel like some people can be provoked into doing things.
Yeah.
And it turn into something else. Like you could be with somebody crazy that'll do like what's that?
Cut themselves like Martin, Thin Line.
Slam your arm in the door.
Yeah.
And say somebody else did it. So my mind, I just be going there. I be thinking about that.
So you would rather leave too? You'll leave too.
I walk out, even if it not getting the car, leave. But I'm finna go somewhere else.
Just walk out the room.
And I make it clear that this is what I'm finna do.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving. Finna take a walk down the street. Finna go upstairs. I'll be back. We can
talk about it.
Yeah.
What's the whole we got to talk about?
I mean, that's just women.
Now, when I got married the first time, this is my second time being married. So I was 19 years old. Oh, I'm gone in the car. I'm gone for hours and then come back.
Oh yeah,
that
I ain't do that.
That
was different. That was the extreme version, but mine was like I just went downstairs. I ain't never take off like that, like pew, and don't say nothing.
I ain't never leave the house.
Well, it was my car, so
yeah. I guess I couldn't leave. I had to walk.
She got the keys. Yeah. You go for a walk though.
Yeah, it was in a red Tracer too.
Yeah, but I think.
But I learned though over time. It took some time to learn. Okay, I'm gonna get out this space, but I ain't leaving the house. I had to mature at least that one step. not going outside, not leaving, but I'm finna remove myself from the room.
Yeah.
And we're not finna have the conversation until later.
Yeah. And she wouldn't let me leave.
Yeah.
So I had to learn to articulate better in anger.
Right.
So I got this A, B, C, D. I got a multiple choice thing that's in my head. I'm like, yeah, I can't say A. Can't say B. Sure enough, can't say C. B. B. Like, no, that's the selection.
Right.
But so I've learned, but we learned by our rules of engagement. One of the most important ones was not to pull other people in.
Oh God.
I think third parties can make
destroy
things way worse than they are, because if a person gets in your head, a friend or whoever gets in their head, they can make it far worse than it is.
Even parents.
And not just that, they don't know the journey up to this point.
Exactly.
Right.
They just know the blow up.
Right.
And if you just go to them about what happened in the blow up, and they don't know the history of what the little seed, the dominoes to this, they can't answer this with a good assessment.
And nobody all comes with both sides of the story. They only come with that side, the other side. They never talk about, Mom, I did do this to him now.
Right.
Yeah.
I did do that, or I did do this.
Yeah.
But then they did this.
Yeah. They'll be like, Mom, I kicked him in the nuts, but I'm trying to say, he said something. He's like, bro, like,
you can't do that.
Yeah,
though.
you got to tell everything. But I think when you say growth, that's the main thing with me and my wife, is we had to learn how to argue, and everybody's is different. Some people can lead the room.
Tiff used to cuss you out, didn't
Man, she still cuss me out. But my wife will cuss as the spirit give utterance, but for real. But my wife a gangster, but
but my wife, and she punch. She be punching me in the arm. But more than that,
why you let
that? More than that, I think our relationship. She feel like that I like the dominatrix, the type of thing that I like.
You know, the dominatrix people that they want to be whipped.
Got beat doing stuff.
I think he's this dude. I
really
really do.
When she punched me,
he like it. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
And she said, I like it. But I'm like, it's funny to me.
Yeah.
We having fun. We playing. And I think that I found that in my wife to have fun, and it's not just always romance.
Yeah.
And I think that's the other part that couples miss. They never have fun together. It's either we finna have sex or we gotta pay bills. Like, it's never
no in between.
Or we gotta watch a movie. There's no fun. Like, so you gotta figure out how to have fun with each other. She had to get into basketball. She was already into football. And we had to learn how to have fun together, because we don't have fun together, then the emotions of sex and
going
bills,
out to eat.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Like that means you're starting to find your pleasures and your time in other spaces without her, and without him. And so I had to learn that. We had to learn that. So and so we are spending, especially with business. You do business together. That's a real. There's a lot of tension there when I'm like, hey, I've learned this type of business. This is how I run business. Run the business like this, and this, that training of going through. And Mona was a self-proclaimed introvert. She ain't no introvert to me. She can talk a lot.
No, I don't.
Yeah, Mona's an introvert.
Yeah, but
Mona's an introvert.
But as an introvert, not wanting to call people back, she wanted to email people. I'm like, you got to call them. You got to call them. So getting into discussions about that and having her to change that, and then she telling me, all right, well, I don't feel like going. You need to, and then I got comfortable staying home more. And we had to compromise. We had to. Now sometimes, I've always been part introvert because my dad is.
Oh, you ain't an introvert.
And
I always want to be an introvert.
I have. It's just.
Nah.
I have.
Nah.
Boy,
all my kids have an introverted part, all of them, everybody like
because they're me.
They'll be around each other, and then you'll just see them disperse, and everybody in the corner doing something. But the only one that's probably the most introverted is Styles. Styles is probably the quietest.
Oh
of
yeah,
everybody.
he's
but
extreme.
Not extreme.
He's just
because
cool.
when he get around when he get around certain people, he talks
loud,
a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He talks a lot. But he's probably the most out of all the kids. But he's not extreme. No, you know, he talks a lot. You know, and he can express himself. He can explain, talk. You know, all that type of stuff. So you know.
So it's
do y'all
safe to
argue
say
in front
that
of the kids?
no.
No. And our argument is different.
No.
Like I know how to shut down and just not say something right now if it's not right.
Yeah.
We don't say it in front of kids.
Yeah, it's not.
Are you the okay, cool, fine, and then come back later and say how you really felt?
My word is bet.
Bet.
She hate that word.
Know what that means?
It just be like bet. Don't worry about
later.
it.
Yeah.
What she hate is because she's such a. What was very attractive about my wife is that she got in there and started helping me. And she started helping with the studio. She made us business cards. Me and Black, even back in the day, she made a business card. She started helping when other girls come sit down and, you know, try to, you know, whatever, or they want to sing, or she wanted to help.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing that she hates the most, if I be like, don't worry about it, I got it. Like I don't need your help.
Yeah.
That's what makes her the most mad. But to me, I just want it done.
To me, it translates, I don't need you. And I
be like, no, don't worry about it. I got it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that?
Yeah, she hate that. Did you call the people? Nah, I ain't get to it yet. Don't worry about it. I got it. Don't worry. She hate
Why
that.
why you just don't be like, okay, bet that's one less thing I got to do.
Yeah,
I'm not that I'm not built like that. Like,
I mean, just be like, okay, well, cool.
You're telling me I don't need you.
Maybe it ain't that. Maybe it's not that.
That's what I hear.
Okay, well that may be the problem. Like you hear it a different way. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, it should be something. It could be just some. Hey, okay, that's one less thing I do. I got 4 other things to do. Go ahead and do that.
I move at a pace.
He's not gonna feel like that.
I move at a pace.
Else you need?
Yeah,
I got
anything else you need?
You know,
yeah, right.
K-Joe has a pace. Free Life has a pace. So I have a pace at which I do things.
Which is now.
And well, most of the time it's now. By the time I get to that point of it needs to happen now, but sometimes I've given people warnings. Hey, bro, I'm gonna need this by such and such. Now, most of the time, people don't think that you're gonna do what you're gonna do. That is the other part. It's like, nah, that happens again, I'm gone. Like, or bro, you know, even in business, hey man, this happens like this, bro, I'm out. Bro, nah, I'm like, bro, I'm done. Nah, man. And then when you find out I'm really done, or I'm moving, or I'm changing, they was like, oh, he was really serious. Yeah. And so sometimes in relationships, people have to know, you got to know who you're in the relationship with, to know, all right, man, that person is very serious. I'm a persevering person. And if it's time, then she knows it's time. But that we've worked that out in our relationship. And so everything else is just playing. Just play game, have fun, go eat. You know, I just want to have fun. I don't want to spend that time, especially that we're at this space now, with nobody else. Like, bro, he stank. I don't want to spend no time with that joker, bro.
What?
Like, I just spend time with my wife because we're best friends. You know what I'm saying? Or people, you can't have those conversations that you have with her. So, you know, it's just different once you get to that space. And when you do business, church, everything with a person is different than compartmentalize your life. Yeah. I decided, which I don't suggest for everybody, but I decided to do everything through one person. And so that's different if your wife or husband ain't like that. So sometimes if you don't go get away from me, go play ball or do something, give me some time. I want to go to the spa. I want to be away from you, you know, and that's fine, you know. when she want to be away from me, she put her headphones on and she start watching shows on her cell phone. Bro, I got these.
So what if he read that the wrong way and be like, "Oh, you don't need me"?
He doesn't.
I mean,
he doesn't.
We have
like you can do that. I'm just saying, it can go the other way.
We literally have the biggest TV you can buy. I bought a 96 inch TV?
85.
85. And it could barely fit on the stand. The legs are almost. I bought the biggest TV so that we could watch all the shows. And she is sitting in front of that big old TV on her cell phone, in her headphones, watching these shows. And I'm like,
I told him I got caught up in these shows during COVID. So
yeah, that's what that means. Yeah, bet. Yeah, right.
That's not what that means.
Yeah,
I'm just used to looking at
but
it like
I'm
that.
not offended. I understand. That's her time. She do her thing. And to me, like, she right there, you know. And I know that when I go in there and I'm in the studio, that's my
his time.
So I get it. I understand.
That's good.
You know, but we still are. We're in the we're in the proximity of one another. It's not frustrating. It's not bet. I'm going to the studio. I'm not going in anger. She's not. Okay, forget you then, and put on her headphone and watch her little TV. TV. Yeah, bro, it's the smallest. I'm like, that's so bonded.
The smallest screen in the house.
And when I bought you this huge, but it's just, it is what it is. And when you understand a person, you let a person move how they move.
And I was gonna say that in response to Tyrese, that you know it's about growth too. He's saying learn on the fly. That's what it is. Every relationship isn't the same. So even though you grew up with both parents, your relationship is not gonna be like your parents. Yeah, so it's still something on the fly.
Ours is a lot like it, but then there's a lot that ain't like it.
Some of it can be you trying to not necessarily outdo, but be better than.
Right.
Like my dad. My dad literally lives 13 minutes away from me. Wow. Right. And I live 12 minutes away from my son. He don't live with me. I see him, you know, every other weekend or whatever. So growing up, my dad wasn't in my life. So it's like this thing in my mind that I don't want my relationship with my son to be that way.
Yeah.
My dad, I love my dad, but he don't come visit me, come see me. Sometimes I wonder if he forget that he a father, grandfather, whatever. But I have to always be conscious to not let that be me.
Right.
But I don't want to put in like I want to be better than him per se, but it's like I don't want my son to experience what I experienced, because I know what it did to me. You get what I'm saying? So
you wanting to be different.
Yeah. Right.
Praise God.
We have the power to make different moves, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Bro, Mike in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Meet again.
Yeah. What y'all looking at me?
Miguel.
You gonna come back for the next show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bet.
Bro, Mike back, man.
I'm off the full week of Christmas. I'm off.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Everything came
I want my happy holiday green for y'all.
Happy holiday green.
Yeah, I want my sunshine band yellow.
Sunshine band yellow. I want my royal purple, I guess.
Yeah. And we got a winning team about to do the thing. Yeah. Bada boom, bada bing. You know what it is when we got that cheetah. No matter what, we gon' tell the truth.
All right. Please like, share, and subscribe to the show.
Like and share.
Tell other people.
Like and share.
Hey, see, the game type stuff we do now.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Bruh, you do more things with your butt than anybody I know.
Exactly.
God, dog.
Please sit down. Please. No, I don't want to see you wiggle.